About to be now. Mm.
Oh my gosh, really?
What?
I'm amazed that you're not on the game.
I was earlier. That's why I got off. I told them I was getting off because the game was coming on.
So watch out for him.
What, my boy? What, Bobby? What?
Give me a drink.
There is nothing.
There ain't no more Coke.
Nope. I think I opened it, but I wasn't for sure. I did Belgium. And I had to switch the fucking title. I don't know if it switched on the.
I know.
Give me the computer, real quick.
What?
Sam, what's up, Sam?
Hey, it's
Let me see. Take it out, unplug it. Okay, I need to.
what is this on?
Where's what on?
You're live.
Oh, StreamYard.
I'm guessing YouTube.
Oh, yeah, 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 YouTube.
Hi, you baby.
That was the.
Hi. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
it still says Belgium. Damn it. Okay. Well, that sucked. I know.
This team and this country, we're starting to believe Belgium isn't their enemy. It's their reward. It's their gift. Wear it as long as they'll let you. This isn't pressure. It's a dream. Our thanks to Ed Harris. His sports comedy The Dink premieres globally on Apple TV July 24th as you take a look at the weather.
73 degrees, humidity 53% wind at 6 miles an hour.
Woke up back here at San Francisco Stadium and ended up 17th ranked.
Look.
Continue the getting an early goal theme that they have brought with this tournament. And again, I think we heard Jerry talk about patience. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. They have plenty of time to break this Bosnia team down. I think this Bosnia team down is going to try to absorb pressure. Again, I go back to Christian Pulisic. He's on the ball, and they're getting him the ball. And he is doing what he does so well in terms of beating players one-on-one. That is a good thing for this U.S. team.
There you go, onto the field. I know there's other people live right now, but that's okay.
For Bosnia and Herzegovina, this is actually their second game versus a host nation. They opened up the tournament in Toronto, taking on Canada. That a 1-1 result. For the United States, part of the European nations have been a bugaboo for them. They've lost 10 straight to European competition. With us in the 12, how does that change tonight?
I think it changes much. I think that's more coming from the outside in. I think they're focused on
Right like that, boy.
focusing
What's up, Daniel Bear? What's up, buddy? You gonna treat me like that, boy? How dare you? What's up, tech guy? Waiting for them to. Here we go. National anthems. I ain't even waiting. Yeah. Wow. I know there's a lot of people live right now, tech guy. This is why I'm not even worried about it right now. I know people will come in as soon as they see me live. How's your day, bro? It was 97 degrees here today. 97. Come on, man, don't do this. Look what everything else.
Yeah, that was close.
Rocket was a rocket. Yeah, thank you, bro. They're playing Bosnia. Listen to that crowd, man. From a dude from Argentina, man.
I'm looking for it and seeing.
I don't see it.
Ticket to the 16. Kickoff. Next.
Next. All right, hi guys. I'm sorry. San Francisco. Oh my. Oh, this gonna be good. Jenna, what's up, Jenna? I actually, you know what I have to do? I have to fucking pin the link. Did I even put it in the chat yet? I didn't even put it in the chat. Duh. The pin it. Oh. I don't know why nobody wasn't trying to come up here. Fucking don't even have the damn link in the chat.
Here.
Yeah, Hobby. Yeah, it's cheap at Hobby Lobby. It's one of the cheaper places.
Depot.
2 minutes, baby. Let's go.
Soccer history is the knockout stage is right here in Santa Clara. The United States gets set to take on Bosnia and Herzegovina. Let's take a look at the start. United States going back to the opening game. Yeah, they made 9 changes for the match against Turkey, and this was the opening lineup against Paraguay, and a team that won 4-1 and really were impressive in that first half. Matt Freese in goal, making his 18th appearance. Tim Ream in the back, 85th for him at 38 years old. Alex Green getting the start again. The 21-year-old scoring against Australia. This is a back line that just kept one shutout in their last 11 games, but that was in this tournament against Australia. Profiling up front, but as you see, number 10, Christian Pulisic, back in the starting lineup for the very first time since that first match. On the other side for Bosnia and Herzegovina, 3 changes for them. It's something telling. They're changing system for a team. I had to go back to 2024 to see them playing with a back 5. That is a sign of respect for the U.S. They had played against a back 5 in this tournament and did well against Australia. But this is a team that is going to look to defend early on in this match. They are very good in set pieces. Radulich, number 21, 6'7". The center back, 6'2", 6'7", 6'4". They're going to look to hit the U.S. in set pieces. Let's get this game going. This team, this country has been waiting for this match, and here we go. And the history of this U.S. men's team dates back over 100 years. They were at the first ever World Cup in 1930. This is unique. Never before has the U.S. played a knockout game in a World Cup in which they're not the plucky underdogs hoping to pull off a surprise. They are expected to win. They expect to win. It's their opponents who are motivated to defy the odds.
All right, here we go. And
tickets for the game Monday night in Seattle are begging.
We are
team to win and to get to that next round. It's a beautiful evening. The field bathed in sun. The shade will stretch from the near sideline to the far sideline as the game goes.
Shout out to the 6 people in chat. And we're on the way.
The United States.
Belgium got the ball first. Oh, they're trying to strike right away.
It was a great group stage for the
And that's ready.
It's top the group, a record number of points, a record number of goals. But what they understand is none of that matters anymore. It's win or go home against a Bosnia and Herzegovina. A knockout stage game in a World Cup. They're the reason Italy aren't here at the World Cup. They're hoping to be the reason the United States are no longer here come the end of the evening.
Corner kick for Bosnia.
As we talked about, long kickoff. You see the man that's on Matt Freese. That's a 6'7" Radulich. And they're just trying to maybe put some pressure on Freese. Hasn't had too much to do in this tournament. And he's going to get an early test here. 18-year-old Karim Alibegovic, one of the breakout young stars of this World Cup to take. In swinger Freese stayed at home. It's batted away. It's Pulisic.
There you go, Pulisic.
And then Dest is bodied off the bouncing loose ball. Rafael Klaus of Brazil, very experienced World Cup referee, in charge of this. It's a very thin cut surface, I guess to say. Very low cut grass. The wind is swirling a bit down there, so this ball is going to fly around some. And already you're seeing a couple of misplayed passes, and Nikola Vasil has to just get it cleared out. What do we expect this to look like today? We'll expect the United States to have the majority of the ball. 2 of the matches in the group stage for Bosnia and Herzegovina, 38% of the ball. But they're actually stepping up for a little bit of pressure here. They even seem a little bit disconnected in the ways in which they want to press. But tactically, I'm interested to see how they end up approaching it because number 5, Bošinac, is pushing into the midfield right now, trying to match McKinney. A lot of the U.S.'s strength has been their midfield, their ability to move with the ball and play quickly.
Go.
That's what they need to get to early.
There you go.
Just on the ball.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
There's one in the box. The defender's off balance, just ran out of space and time. U.S. will have a throw.
Throw in. Shout out to the 4 people in the chat.
With Dest after practice yesterday, the freedom that he has, a little twinkle in his eye when he talks about getting in those moments on the ball. So noise as well, up to our right on a second level here in Santa Clara. A whole thicket of, I'll say, Herzegovina fans in blue. They're putting their team in this historic moment for their country. The shape, defensive setup for Bosnia and Herzegovina. It is a 5 across the back. If Bošinac here on the near side is going to step out and get aggressive with Serginho Dest. The only thing I'm noticing is that their center backs aren't really stepping into the midfield. They're trying to maintain their shape to not get.
Come on, Pulisic. Come on, Pulisic. There you go. Ooh.
This is how you can break down a low defense. It brings not only his team, but his crowd into this game. For his dribbling ability to slash inside as defenders converge on top of him. And a first set piece for the United States. They take it short. Pulisic from Tillman. So trying to find some space to get across the lane. Well, Denic won't let him by. Tillman drives it in. Zinchenko, the 40-year-old all-time leader of games played and goals scored for Bosnia and Herzegovina, that gets it clear. To Pulisic again. Kenny, get this kicked away from him. Anthony Robinson in from Pulisic, so they're getting him active on the ball. They're finding some nice gaps right now. For McKinney down off the chest. It's going to spin to the bottom line. Crossing for Lawrence. Another U.S. goal. Yeah, it's a good play. It's a lot of the one-touch stuff that you saw against Paraguay, where you're passing, you're doing it, you're combining, you're not staying static. Very difficult to defend that for an opponent. The first
Another corner kick for the United States.
Okay. So I won't be surprised to put this one in the box again. But as we said, maybe they're looking to try to play these short and draw Herzegovina out a little bit because they have some big bodies defending crosses. So it's right on the penalty spot. You've got everybody close at the back, but you're going to try to move towards that near post. Tillman hooks it into the near post, puts someone head away there, and a collision of heads as well. And it's Martin Gigovic who is down, colliding with Freeman into the play when he stops. Gigovic's one of the surprise starters for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Only played 28 minutes so far in this tournament, inserted into the middle of the field, a bit more of a defensive type midfielder. He was brave here on this corner kick. It's across that near post, as we were saying. I think it was Alex Freeman is attacking. So, yeah, Freeman's trying to put that one on.
Nothing even happened to him.
The end of that.
Wow, nothing even happened to him. Shout out to the 2 people in the chat.
The team, Steve's, the country was born in the dissolution 30 years ago, the old Yugoslavia. So their population to a certain extent scattered, and a lot of them came to the United States, a lot of them came to different countries in Europe, and so they've done a wonderful job of finding those players whose parents had to flee and go to life somewhere else. Giving a player we might see later, Esper Bartovic, born and raised in Wisconsin, A one-time player for the United States. That was meant for Balogun. It's a great down. What the U.S. do in these defensive moments here? Was tackled up by McKenny. There was a Herzegovina throw. It was good running though for Balogun up front. We've talked throughout this tournament about just how important his movement is, as well as Weston McKenny. He has been the heartbeat of this team and will be once again with the U.S. to get a victory tonight. They've been battling hard there with Chris Richard. They've got up front on each other's shirts, and Wilco Clowns is going to get the U.S. the free kick. So Pochettino speaking to him yesterday, he said despite losing that game, the end of the group stage, the bubble kick against Turkey, he said we've got the momentum back. It never really went away. It hasn't changed. But now we have to go from form. As he said, having a home advantage is an advantage. The travel's been easier. It's familiar settings. You've got this incredible support. But he said it can also become hard.
Oh!
Against the opponent, going in a hostile atmosphere. Spoke to us a lot about just handling the pressure of expectation, how well they did that in the Paraguay opener, how well they try to prepare the team to do it again. As Anthony Robinson left that ball behind him as he tried to make his run. Immediate pressure breaks down there as he tried to play with the Link's helmet. Machinas intercepted by Tyler Adams. Machinas comes falling through the tackle. I only have two players left over from the only other World Cup the Bosnians have played at in 2014. And you can see there's just not a lot of space for the United States. Look how compact the lines are for Bosnia Herzegovina. Nice looking ball from Lane. It's going to go over the top of Serginho Dest. But these types of balls, they keep a defense honest for Barbares because he wants his team to stay really compact, not allow McKenny, Tillman, Pulisic to get that ball in behind his midfield and be dangerous. That's the danger zone for the U.S. to get that and play those little combinations. So I think it's going to take some of the movement from Serginho's Dest. Wide is going to be where the U.S. can find space. Dest is good at play. She does is there to clear. Challenge here by Alex Freeman ahead of Jeffo. Great touch by
Let's go! Let's go!
Back to play goal, back to goal play from Balogun there to just play one touch pass into Tillman. He's trying to round the corner. Well, Removich did really well. He's back in the team. He picked up a red card against Switzerland. He's going to take the goal kick, so just smash it up to Dzeko here. Dzeko is the onside. He's going to break the ball down. He's going to lay it off. It's Demirovic down first chance. Freeze. Reinforce to the lead. That was a great series of decoys on that goal kick. And Rimovic took it out. And you can't get the goal kick. So that was a set play that they had planned. Where Dzeko, you can see, he starts 10 yards offside. Just trying to keep the U.S. backline honest. Just a phenomenal strike, and then it Breeze forced into a save. Has a good look at it, but just backs it down. And the U.S. cleared, but has led to another corner. The last one was close, too. They dropped it just the other side of that Breeze. Look at all the bodies in front of it. And this has been something as well. The referees have really been policing contact on a goalkeeper in these situations. See goals roll out for very slight contact on goalkeepers. And Rafa Klaus again will the corner and try to police this. See the teenager on the damage. Drops it right up top. The second save early from that Breeze. As many as he had total of the group stage. So I think Breeze here is so worried about the bodies, which is by design in Bosnia Herzegovina. Almost to where he forgets about the flight of the ball. Now Begovic just swings this in on top of it, going for the elliptical. Breeze reacts well and punches it away. But you're seeing the real threat that Bosnia provide on some of these situations.
Ooh, shout out to the 4 people in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Chin-ups. It's a good opportunity for Matt Freeze to build a rhythm and build some confidence. Hasn't had a ton to do with the 2 games he started. Did not play against Turkey. And those 2 saves will give him confidence for sure. Getting early touches in a game now, it's not what you want from a U.S. perspective. You want your keeper to be quiet, but even for him, that's him into the game, absolutely. So he moved in times that he made those saves and wasn't aware. It's up there. In front of Malgan. The United States in all 3 of those games you're seeing, by this point in the game, they have scored a goal. Just look at this. Here's the ball in swinging. Bree starts to step in and then realizes the flight of the ball is coming back towards the goal. So then he backs up and is able to palm it away. And you wonder, just down on this near side, there's a little bit of shadow. I don't know if that affects his ability to see the initial kick. Albegovic and no corners have been from that side. That was 100% going in if not for Bree's reacting to it. I knew this was going to be a more difficult test for the United States. By this point, in all 3 games, they'd scored a goal. So they're going to have to grind. There's going to be different phases of the game with Bosnia, as you can see, come to play. Very competitive team. For the U.S. to find some solutions with the ball to be dangerous, but do not drop the intensity. That is the strength of this team. And this is taking a big run forward. That gave some space for Lester McKinney to pick it up. It's like a calf injury that kept him out of game 2. He came off the bench in game 3 against Turkey. He was a handful the first half against Paraguay until he was forced off at the break because of that injury. So immediate pressure on there from Shinots about the close. Saying that it's indeed a foul. It's going to be a free kick for the U.S. They walk both quick. Freeman was running off because we're going to hold him and send the big boys forward. There's a very stiff breeze at the top of the stadium blowing left to right towards this goal. It's kind of swirling down. Yeah, but the other thing is the sun. I'm watching Vasily, the goal.
What's up, Snake?
He's having to cover his eyes with his gloves to try to see.
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
So this is me. I'm thinking Anthony Robinson, left foot, bend it right on top of it, crash the box. He's going to struggle to see it depending on the point of the ball. They're trying to get there quick there. Awkwardly off the side of the defender. Maybe a appeal for the U.S. Is any chance for someone? Anthony Robinson wants it. Gets it down. Robinson on the deck. Just couldn't turn that off. It's a small ball from Anthony Robinson as well as the ball around the corner from Lester McKinney. You see, he's one look over his shoulder to see the space. Robinson is definitely outside. Bosnia hadn't stepped up, and then he cuts it back. That ball's so clever because everybody's coming back towards the goal to try to defend the goal. And just Bosnia doesn't get his body and his hips around that ball to really commit to hitting it towards the back post. And then Monster Night. 2 goals in the opener against Paraguay. That was Checo throwing a bit of an overhand. Richard throws his body in. Tamirovic to win the header. In Santa Clara, first time in 4.5 years, these nations have faced off, although there's really a couple of guys who were part of that game leaving on this roster. As you heard from Rebecca on our studio crew, that was the last time the U.S. beat a European opponent. We say Europe, it could mean a lot of different things. But the United States has struggled historically, and in recent years, Jens is going to chase. So that ball hung up a little bit. Is there to get it? Another great one. Just the timing there. And Best is looking, making eye contact with the lead Tillman, waiting for the ball is just overhead. About to be a month before that. These runs are going to be so important again. Of just been there. I think it's a handle and mid-block. That should be a huge deal. They're spacing behind. They're not just sitting right on top of their goal the entire time. The U.S. can't do anything with the ensuing possession. Like seeing early how the wind is affecting the hail rolls in the air. And if anything, the wind direction of the field seems to be opposite of the stadium. Bethlehem is going to get there, takes the bump from the defender, was able to block it. There was one kick from the defenders. Bouncing up on Bethlehem, it's going to be out. And these are always tight. Potential offside. decision. But this is your job as a striker, as the president, Gianni Infantino, and Victor Tagliani. But these are your job as a striker to make those defenders uncomfortable. To bring one again over the top of Bosnia. He was on a heel to get there immediately, so Real plays safe and retreats it to that freeze. The angle for Weston McKinney.
My McKinney!
He's got one coming in the box. McKinney, great.
Oh, come on! That was so close.
Seal is down. Down for a goal kick. Look at McKinney, sees the space. And there's a miscommunication in this moment between Kolasinac and Radovic, and then he just gets down the side. Just too close to Bosnia. He popped it straight into Anthony Robinson. But this is the area to put it in. We talk so much about this space between goalkeeper and defenders coming back towards the long goal. Because stuff just happens. It's not comfortable for anybody. And look how close Anthony Robinson doesn't know too much about it. When he makes contact at the end of that with Basir, just his body runs into the side of his face. Like a knee maybe in the side of Nicola Basso's face, 30-year-old who's playing his 30th game in goal. The referee right now is trying to keep the other players away from the benches. Not use this as a tactical timeout or hydration break. And you see it being policed on the fourth official and the assistant. So was given the starting job in goal 2 years ago when Sergei Barbaras became the head coach. He's former captain of the Bosnia and Herzegovina national team. Uniting them to their second ever appearance in the World Cup. And they're not supposed to use these as coaching moments, but as you see, players do take liberties. So even the U.S. doing it as well with Weston McKinney and Mauricio Pochettino. But a lot of conversation with Barbaras on this near left side here, where he's talking about the relationship, especially between one of their more attacking players, Al Begovic, said, look, you still got to get pressure on the ball because the U.S., when there's been no pressure in the midfield, have been able to play some of those passes over the top. Last couple of minutes have been really good for the U.S. And the initial indication for the medical staff is a thumbs up there that Bosnia is going to be able to continue. The Bosnian team that came through the last chance qualifying playoffs in March, they won penalty shootouts against Wales, then against Italy. They had to win that last game. A loss or a draw against Qatar a week ago, they would have been out in the group stage. So this is the fourth time this year they have played a win-go-home type game.
Phew, hope everybody's doing good on this Wednesday evening. We're now down to 2 people. I know there's people live right now.
For that one, Melissa picks up the loose ball, was immediately pulled down. I have to assume that Belgium are watching this game, having beat Senegal and come from behind 3-2 victory in Seattle earlier. Belgium against the winner of this game in Seattle on Monday night. The historical standard is get out of the group, fall in the round of 16, but there's an extra round now. This expanded World Cup, you have to win a knockout game to get to the round of 16. Something the U.S. has only ever done once in 2002 against Mexico. Spain has tilted maybe one hang of that beautifully tilted the chest, trying to get back to it. Much good work there. Corner on the Ramovich over there. What's that? He thought he drew a foul. Yeah. We've actually seen this pretty consistently called throughout the tournament. I like it. I think too often you give the benefit of the doubt to defenders. And he's looking for this foul, so there's no clear extension of the arm or push. And it pretty clearly comes off him and goes out to a corner. So scored each of the last 3 goals from set pieces, tied for the most of any team in the group stage at this tournament, along with Bosnia and Herzegovina. Looking in on the also gets a punch.
Hi, Lucy.
And then wrestle match over once again. Well, Begovic tracking back, intercepts it. It's a deflected ball. Sheena did well to find left major feet. Anthony Robinson misplays it. Chris Richards had to be there to clear the stand. I just misjudged the bounce there, Robinson. Looked like the U.S. with a pretty good spot. Pjanic, legend of this Bosnia and Herzegovina national team. Good connections historically with this team. Sunday round one left. The guy who scored the goal and got there, and the guy who scored the first goal once they were there. And Ibisevic went to high school and briefly played college soccer against St. Louis. She posted on 10 touches for the ball so far. So a lot has been on the U.S.'s right to get successful. Here they are. Yeah, doing a great job. Picks it up. He's got Anthony Robinson there for himself. Had to wait for it. Was able to scramble back defensively. Pulisic extending and trying to get there. He's shielded off a nice little moment there. Just kind of broke down. And that will take us to our first
hydration break. First hydration break. Let me actually do. Where the hell does the glass go now? Let me do these 5 gifted subs. First 5 gifted subs. Oh, dang, really? Shout out to the 3 people in the chat. People, guys, I know everybody's alive. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, but I'm trying to do a lot of the United States games. I missed one, actually. I actually missed one. Let me see. Okay, who do they go to? Who do they go to? Who's the first 5 go to? I don't know. Oh, I only know one. I only know one. Holy crap. Beer belly sloth. Sloth is one. Joanna don't know who that is. Momo.
To his temple after taking the knee from Anthony Robinson a few minutes ago. Mauricio Pochettino now looking on, having addressed his team. Sergio Barbares on the other side knows the significance of this opportunity. As we said, this is very different. The first 3 games to the U.S., they got out to early starts. They scored the early goal. We knew this was going to be a different type of opponent, a different type of game. What do you make of it so far, and how does the U.S. now navigate this?
I would say, look, it's still a very positive start for the United States. Bosnia and Herzegovina have looked dangerous on set pieces. They looked dangerous on a goal kick. But from what they set up, that was a set play as well, finding Dzeko. But outside of that, it's been the U.S. with the ball, but you still have to maintain your focus and your concentration and still keep the intensity high. I think the biggest trap you can fall into against a team that is sitting a little bit lower, not confrontational, in your own end, is that you drop and you play at the speed that they want you to play at. This team cannot play at the intensity the U.S. is capable of, with their physicality, their athleticism, their ability on the ball. So you have to keep working that defensive. The gaps will open up, as we saw towards the end of that first period of the half there. So I think for the U.S., it's just keep sticking to what you're doing, be patient, but still be confident, and don't take your foot off the gas at all.
One of the phrases you hear in this sport is you have to earn the right to play. You've got to do the competitive, hard-working stuff before your skill and talent can start to show. It's a good example of that today. Anthony Robinson, Pulisic working hard defensively, and Gigovic there goes down with a shout on the penalty ball, a foul.
I think going too hard, Pulisic, I think ends up making this foul here. He can be a little bit more aggressive. Take a few more chances. When the U.S. are in possession, if they end up working down his left side. They're often attacking set is to leave Anthony Robinson providing the way, but bringing Pulisic inside. I think actually in a game like this, he can create danger by being 1v1, maybe starting a little bit wider himself.
And Freeman takes a late kick. He goes down with a shout. The U.S. bench is furious. Referee says play on. Freeman is down behind the play. Richards carries it forward to Anthony Robinson. Freeman a little bit gingerly. Getting back set now. Physicality will amp up as well.
So now you've got Robinson coming inside and Pulisic wide. You got to get the ball early though, or have space.
In which they're intercepting the ball for Anthony Robinson. Of the passing from the back is paramount. We know it's a big part of Tim Ream's game. Chris Richards completed each of the first 100 pass attempts that he had in this World Cup, including a perfect day against Paraguay.
Yeah. And quite frankly, this isn't a game where you're worried about perfect passes. You've got to take risks. Sometimes you miss a pass and keep opening up the defense like this. That's a great ball for Robinson. It's going to run out. But that is actually the type of ball as well that you can shift the ball from side to side quickly. And it's difficult for a team to rotate enough numbers to get the type of advantages they want defensively. He's a dangerous player, Didic, going forward. But tracking back, this is stuff he doesn't want to do.
Anthony Robinson has been such a big part of this U.S. team over the years, a series of injuries, even through the fall. As he said, he wasn't sure if he was going to be healthy enough to be here. Yeah, actually, the win behind it there for Bosnia. Ream wins the header. In a wrestling match with Mladenovich, got sliced forward by Tillman. Mladenovich plays an infield. Ream knocks it backwards for Richards. He saw the pressure coming and played it safe. That's a great touch. Gets held up, gets it wide. Bellingham dragging it wide. Well, Bellingham into the box now. Bellingham got a great move.
He got grabbed. Where's the foul? Oh, that's bullshit. He got fouled.
They have not been doing too often.
Come on.
He's inside. So once he gets in the box in this position, there is definitely contact, but I think the thing you're going to have here is did he fall over in a natural way? The referee felt like he was really playing for this. You can see there is a contact on the shin, but I think then Bellingham just says, I'm done, and he goes down to his ground. It's tough even on these slow-mo replays. You've got to see this in full speed to be able to judge it fairly. But he absolutely beats him. He's past him. Now the question is going to be, is there enough contact on there?
Mark Plattberg, you've had the same looks we have. What do you think?
Yeah, when you see a little bit of contact, the ball has to be consistent with that contact, and it isn't. Balogun goes down, but he pushes his leg out, and that's not natural for that contact on the leg, so that's why the referee has waved it away.
Yeah, I agree, Mark.
But Watson took the new assistant referee in his second World Cup. He definitely took his time. He wanted to make sure he saw it. Just there, just the rectangle of legs. The whistle has gone for a foul.
Now the whistle goes for them. What the fuck was that? Bullshit.
And he basically said that it's going to take a lot to completely overturn the decision that I've made on the field. And
No. There was no damn foul.
The 6'7" defender for Bosnia and Herzegovina was limping a little bit at the end of that. Now we're playing Santa Clara. This looks the best for Bosnia and Herzegovina so far. He's right on two saves. The great pressure there. McKinney.
No, Rob, 1-0. United States scored. No way. Come on. Bullshit.
well, great pressure from Weston McKinney. It's going to be the defender at the top of the screen that I think will be relevant here. Yeah, As this pass comes in from McKenny, it looks like Valley
Inside.
touch slow with his left foot to get back onside. Did so well with the finish again. Skip past the defender, finish it low with his left foot.
David, that's the second time they've taken.
He's had rules and moments rolled against him. Didn't get the penalty. That one's offside. Keep an eye on that man, though, throughout this game. He's going to be hungry for goals.
USA goal ruled out for offside last week against Turkey, and they conceded very quickly after. Tillman is down, hurt behind the play. Anthony Robinson running forward, hooks it in. Under away by Muharemovic. Tillman is back up and ready to go. Igovic picks it up. And it was a broken play. It was a great finish by Gallagher down the close.
You can see Bosnia Herzegovina scrambling right now. They're trying to find their legs and they're heading a little bit. They've got their captain over Checo and the 30-year-old to say, hey guys, come on, let's calm down, let's stay stuck in our shape. And really, for the first time, I took my headset off a couple of minutes ago. This crowd wasn't really into it. They are now.
As for McKinney, knocked away, good pressure by Riley. So for the Samson, that'll be so much inevitably whistled as a foul as Demirovic goes down. 3 different tackles there.
Bullshit, dude. This referee is bullshit.
To look back at the offside. Great pressure in the middle. Starts with Tillman. Yeah. So he nothing to complain about there from anyone's perspective. Definitely offside.
There's a little bit tricky one here because you've got also the goalkeeper all the way to midfield. You'll see it as we come out of that replay. He's going to take this free kick.
And they're going to look for how to get at that back post. So something we said before the game, they don't use any opportunity. This is an area they feel they have a clear advantage. Hoping for a second ball here if they win the first.
It's headed back in. It's out by Tim Reed. Seen some promising early moments from Christian Wilson, but he's given the opportunity. Steve Sinclair, Canadian and Thorns legend, joining us here this evening. Good score in women's soccer history. Rolling it up. He finds McKinney. Look inside from someone, couldn't take it cleanly. Shooting was alert there in front of Pelosi to keep it moving for Bosnia and Herzegovina. About 10 minutes to go in the half. Nice free from the bench, just making himself big off the angle there. 21 years of age, no lack of confidence, but as he said it was yesterday, gratefulness to be in these situations at such a young age. He had so much come his way quickly in his whole career in the last year and a half.
Sometimes you don't mind playing a team that
Dangerous here, Freeze is going to come and gets there.
has been defending you a little bit lower. When they have some of the ball, it presents opportunities sometimes. But again, another look at the risk-averse strategy of Bosnia Herzegovina. They're not trying to play through the U.S. at all. They want to play long, direct, and defensive.
Shout out to Jimmy Miguel. Rafi, what's up, bud? Now, United States should have been up 2-0 already, man.
And Pulisic, you get a sense it's been mostly U.S. possession, except for that little flurry back-to-back in the opening 12 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think they've got to get Christian Pulisic more involved in the game.
Get him the ball.
That's what he's dangerous, but he's got to stay higher up the field. He's coming a little bit too deep. Nice ball there from Dust.
Weston McKinney. That's it in, trying to lift it up, put it underneath it enough. Alex Freeman under some pressure here. Polishing out to chasing, and he underhit that, and luckily there was really no one in blue that was alert to it. And it's a couple different options. It's an inside Alabama, but she was pulling his shoot back.
Look play off. Tillman for McKinney. They back off him. McKinney looking at hands. Coming back for Pulisic. He'll find Anthony Robinson. Really selling a bouncing ball. He hooks it back in. No one there. But again, is pulled down. He's upset as he and the Marinovic are battling once again. It's been one of my favorite things from Paul Balogun in this tournament, where he's just proving to be a handful for defenders. And Marinovic right now has got his hands all around him. He's not going to get that call because he didn't really have an attempt to play the ball. The ball was over the top of him, and he's actually pulling his hands. So he's not got his hands fully wrapped around him and leading his movement that much. But all of these little plays, I love it because it starts to irritate defenders. He's been running off the ball. He's coming underneath. He's a pest in the best kind of way. Pulisic took a shove there. We didn't see it or didn't call it. Just
fucking see it.
Can you out of Flo Balogun right now?
Well, it's interesting, John, because I am sitting pitch side. I'm right below Valo's friends and family, so plenty of head shaking after that offside call. Look, I talked to him before the game, and he reminded me, and then outcomes, I've got another beer. I'm ready to go to and see.
The deflected cross, and it just steered perfectly to Marganic and not Richard Pulisic.
Now you're gonna call it on. Now you're gonna call it on us. This fucking bitch ass referee is a motherfucker.
Tillman was standing over the ball and shoved off about Marinovic. Yeah.
Wow. Hi, Junebug.
Smart actually from the
How you been?
Marinovic feels a little bit of contact from Adams. It goes down. That was the frustration for Tyler Adams. Sheenov's trying to angle it in behind. He's going to get there. Looked like David actually gave up in that. Yeah, he did. I think he might have gotten to it. He didn't anticipate it. Probably space for Pulisic to run into. Demirovic chasing him down from behind. Robinson spots Tillman in the middle.
Hey,
McKinney is going to try inside. Open it up outside. Anthony Robinson, long run to get there. Manage the defender. In for Tillman in the box. Back heel, Pulisic. Pulisic coming in front.
oh,
It's a type of look we've seen from. It just comes over. This is Pulisic. What he needs to be a little bit more aggressive, but getting on the move here, anticipating the space and the play. He opened that up completely.
hope everybody's day goes well today.
Malik Tillman with a little back heel to find him. That's the first time we've seen Pulisic see the gap and hit the gap. Just didn't quite pick out that final pass. Yes, Leslie McKinney coming up the Bank of America halftime show on Fox. Well, our All-American crew here in the stadium down to our right. Look at the back of that chance. It's able to take the ball with his left foot on the run. He's trying to get Balogun crossing across. There's two defenders.
But he got grabbed.
A little bit too difficult. There's three bodies around Balogun. I need someone else crashing and anticipating that ball off the back post. It was not before the game. Probably like Doug Dempsey in particular. You could tell how amped up they were because they've played in these types of games. They like Landon, like you, desperate to be a part of this type of moment in one way or another. These 11 men who have the opportunity now, and as many as 5 others can join as substitutes to try to lift the U.S. into the round of 16, set up a meeting with Belgium Monday night in Seattle, which was decided a few weeks ago of maybe the best atmosphere citywide in American men's soccer history. Freeman, good angle for Balogun. Moreno's defending him. And Balogun takes a kick, and he's down in some pain. It's a U.S. free kick, but the concern right now is following Balogun. This is not where Morenovic wants to come and defend. He's playing as the center of the back 3 or 5. And he's getting dragged all over the field by Flo Balogun. If he doesn't run with him, he's going to be in behind. So then you get him 1v1. Balogun faces him up. Gives a little skill again. Gets past him. Wins a free kick. This has been the best angle and spot that the U.S. have had from a set piece because you've got bodies that can't be as high up and create the space. So now they're a little bit closer to the target. Their goalkeeper Bosnia. He's trying to set a. He's going with a one-man wall right now. So they're basically saying to the U.S. they're not going to shoot this direct. And as you pointed out earlier, this is going to come out of darkness. It's you're seeing sunlight right in the eyes of the goalkeeper. So, two runs past it, till into the near post with the Malik there. Was asking a lot. It's Simeon for goal here.
Thank you for that $5, Roughneck. Appreciate you, bro. Happy Independence Day, yeah.
Certain point, there's going to come missed opportunities in the U.S. And now he's creating some danger on board. Challenging McKinney there. Herzegovina win the throw. Jeffo, 4 years of age, spent 4 years of his childhood surviving the siege of Sarajevo. And he wrote a letter to the children of Bosnia and Herzegovina talking about his childhood of bombs and snipers and rubble and air raid sirens and having to walk for water and it being dangerous to go outside and play. Now, Tony is to represent his country and this new era, this young generation that's come through has lifted them to a second ever World Cup. Give him the chance to play in a second World Cup at the age of 40. In a while, we've seen really any sustained possession from Bosnia and Herzegovina in the final minutes of the half. Comes to Bolshinac. Begovic just kept it in play. So backwards, all the way back to the goalkeeper Batsu. Pressure forward a little bit here. I'm really trying to creep the pressure forward. So we'll go long. See right, only man there, and we'll steer it to Adams. Flicks it along.
That's a score, though. Finally, 1-0. 44 minutes into the.
Bosnia rewards. Do not give them another chance. Long spell of possession. But as we said, sometimes they can open up the team defensively. That has been long and hard to break down. Tim Reed plays Balogun off that pass. It actually takes a wicked deflection. But look at Balogun, puts the brakes on, sets his body, and then nutmegs the goalkeeper. Just a terrific striker's goal. The awareness just to adjust. That balance right there and the awareness, but still just to come.
Oh, dude,
finish that.
I gotta have a fucking card on there before I do that. They still haven't even fucking, bro. They haven't even gave me my money from fucking March, bro. They haven't given me. I haven't received that my fucking paycheck from YouTube since March, bro. Because I had the fucking damn. My card expired. I couldn't use it. I told them to give me a check, bro. And it's been since March, bro. I haven't gotten it. I got to get a hold of them again anyway now to see what the fuck is going on. They said 10 weeks, right? 10 weeks. April, May, June, July. That's more than 10 weeks. I'm going to have to fucking, but I'm like 40, 50 bucks away. It's fucking bullshit, dude. That YouTube is taking this long to send me a fucking check. $118 fucking check.
Studio. Game still without the ball. The U.S. didn't get out of their defensive shape. They were quite still just comfortable in that pressure, and then slowly worked their way up to where they felt there was a chance to put pressure on Bosnia Herzegovina. It goes back to the keeper. It's a long ball, and the U.S. win it back. Little flick around the corner is so good for Tyler Adams. That team is trying to play a slip ball. Was it Italian? It doesn't matter. Because now you're pulled apart this defense and opened up a lot of space.
Oh, it went off his foot. I thought it went off.
It's a striker's finish. That is a just pure instinctual moment there for a guy that's hungry for goals, just so body aware. Look, he's running at full speed, stops, readjusts, gets the left foot on it, and gets it underneath Vasil. But that just defensive shape, really impressive from the United States. And it's no you're thinking, okay, they've not got the ball. It's just good for
United States player heard 5 minutes of stoppage time. First half goal in 12 of last 15 games.
So the thought of this team since debuting as a teenager. And this will add even more time on to the end of this half. And you see Tim Ream, the captain, making the argument, but that should have been a foul against Edin Dzeko for the way he screened off Adams here, off of this designed play from the kickoff.
Yeah, Dzeko just runs right into him. Not even trying to play the ball. That's a full-on screen. Pick whatever you want, all the above. But that was not an attempt to play the ball by any means from Edin Dzeko.
Mr. McKinney's making the argument. We'll see if Pochettino has been barking at the fourth official about it.
It's a big concern for the United States. This is a guy in Tyler Adams that is indispensable to this team. He's one of a kind. What he does, the work off the ball. You don't often say his name that much, but that's because he's just putting fires out all over the field. He's getting checked out for potential concussion or whatever it might be. Will Valiant started this tournament on fire, got the 2 goals. Was held goalless against Australia, but he was involved in the first goal. He's lived up to everything you would have wanted from the number 9 position and more.
Good to see Adams get to his feet.
Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it.
Maybe from a United States standpoint, can you just get through the next few minutes and then get time to fully assess him? Adams wants to continue. He's dealt with injuries. He absolutely hates being thought of as an injury-prone player. Can't stand it up being on the field for his country. And Tyler Adams is going to be forced by the referee to stay off the field for a minute. You saw Christian Wilson taking the ball. It was a head injury. You don't have to sit out that minute. But this will be a really important defensive stretch for the U.S.
This fucking referee is pissing me off, dude.
Played any in the first 5. Lost it up.
Up 1-0, United States up 1-0.
So the U.S. is defending with 1 man less right now in this sequence. It's great pressure by Valiant.
She has to recover that. U.S. bench is going nuts right now. Everything else is back on the field.
Big run there. He got a good shot out of Roddick. He released it. He's going to stay and play on the far side. Robinson defending on Dedic. Melissa there to pick it up.
Push it.
In for Tillman. Wants to go backwards. He looks how to play it through. McKinney's got space and time. He plays it early for Pulisic to chase. Does he have the extra gear? Not quite on captain. Going to the long bit of the stands out for a U.S. draw. So dangerous in the transition, the United States. When they can find that pass, when Bosnia Herzegovina stepped up, the first ball into either McKinney, Tillman, you name it. They're just getting into the pocket centrally, and then they're releasing first touch balls over the top. It should be, and maybe it looks like the referee's saying 4 more minutes we're going to play. That's the minimum 5 because of the Adams injury. So about 4 more minutes still to go in the half. Pulisic down by Dedic. Free kick U.S. Pulisic arguing in vain. That should be a yellow card. As you said, is that not a card? Yes, should have been.
This fucking referee, dude, has been fucking us this whole first half.
Desperate defending, just pulled him down because he knew he was beat. So a chance for a set piece here for the U.S. At the end of the half.
And they throw a second big punch here before the break. Throwing Robinson over it. Hey, listen to me. Just to it. Close it up. Stayed in. Levakovic just did keep it in play. Well, shift by Richards. It's controlled by Freeman. Melissa trying to reverse dancing through traffic because that was so well. It's a back from test. Still Pulisic dancing around, trying to play Valley in the middle of the clear away.
Let's go up 2-0 at half. Let's go.
To go in the half. Robinson.
Come on, Robinson.
Robinson cuts inside, kicking a jet for Pulisic. Couldn't get it from underneath his feet. There it's held in by Taylor Adams. Adams back close. Des knocks it down.
Oh! Dang, that should have been 2-0, y'all.
For the United States, they
The head job.
rolling in this game as it has gone on. That ball from Adams is so good. Herzegovina cannot
Okay, Jenna.
the pace and intensity the U.S. are playing at. Dropping defense deep. Tess heads it into Balogun. Here, Wise beats his man to it, and it comes off the crossbar. Look at that. Just flicks off the inside. Gets a little much off the toe and over the top of the crossbar. Laura Removich is going to be going into the locker room just seeing shadows. The Balogun. That's as close as he's got to. The only way he can stop him is by fouling him. There took a heavy bump from Routledge as he was chasing that one. Will Balogun, as you saw, 3 goals in this tournament. Many as Landon Donovan scored in 2010, one shy of the all-time U.S. record. The most goals in a single World Cup, a record that was set in 1930. Pressure again. And down. Referee will blow the play dead. And now we've got more pushing and shoving. What's going on in that sequence there? Yeah, let's see the call is here, because I thought that Albegovic was playing the ball on the ground and obstructing it. But again, he does take some contact because the U.S. are trying to win the ball. I don't think it was a foul initially. So let's see which way this is whistled. Because look, that felt like it. Oh, so Tyler Adams ends up catching him with a left knee to the face. So he hasn't made a definitive signal here, but I think this will be a foul against the U.S. And Kolasinac is showing how he feels about that. It's an experienced player trying to stick up for his 18-year-old on the ground. Begovic was born 3 months after Edin Dzeko played his first game for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now he's up and wants to have a word. Wonderful goal to win over Qatar, one of the youngest goal scorers in World Cup history, younger than Lionel Messi and Lamine Yamal when they scored their first goals. And Rafael Klaus is going to have a word with the youngster Albegovic. And he, for being young, does not lack the confidence, doesn't lack the personality on the field. You've seen that play. Knows for sure how much time is left in his half. Not much. And so Luciano doesn't get his play. At the beginning, was trying to play it to Freeman, but overplayed it. And I think Bosnia and Herzegovina might have thought it was going to be their ball. Doesn't matter. That's the end of the half.
First half, down. United States 1. Whoever the hell they're playing. Bosnia, I'm sorry. Bosnia 0. Halftime, baby. Ooh, I gotta get a lot of this shit up. These spider webs after the others one. You know what I mean. Shout out to the 2 people. Damn, is there that many people still live right now? I know Cutting Grass went live right before I did. Or right at the same time I did. I'm going to do. I don't know what happened to these people either. Damn girl. Yeah. Uh, July's gifts and memberships are out there to half the damn people I don't even know. So what's up, everybody? I'm done doing that. Shout out to everybody. What's this weekend? Happy 4th of July weekend. Damn. What is that? Sunday? Saturday. Great Saturday. It's Saturday.
Six halftime show on Fox is presented by Bank of America.
Cue Kansas City to celebrate.
Kansas City, baby.
The reaction. Flo Balogun, foul goal in the 45th minute. US up 1-0 on Bosnia Herzegovina here in this round of 32 showdown from San Francisco Bay Area. Balogun's third goal of the tournament as the U.S. up 1-0. Back inside the stadium, Rockstone, U.S. legends Carly Lloyd, Clint Dempsey, and Alexi Lawless here with you in the shade. The U.S. going with the same starting lineup as they opened up this World Cup 19 days ago. They dominated, but weren't rewarded until late. You know what we do good as a country, Alexi Lawless? Flyovers. We do good flyovers, man. Pick things up in the 11th minute. Bosnia with an opportunity off the corner kick. Now, we know Bosnia is dangerous on the corner kicks. Referees hasn't had a whole lot to do this tournament. He misjudges this one, comes back, recovers, keeps it from going in.
Look, it was difficult playing against this low block, but Weston McKinney here just showing how good he is with this movement. Great save by the keeper. Maybe could have put that one on the ground, but another opportunity for them.
Wes McKinney has been all over the place this time.
Wouldn't you know, my player to watch comes up big. Tillman gets on the ball, gets a little bit lucky with this pass, but Balogun does a great job of adjusting his body and finishes through the keeper's legs. Lets everybody know he's here. He's the man. 3 goals in 3 games. Man, he is on fire. Here's the play again. Tillman gets a little bit lucky with the pass, but for me, how Balogun at full speed adjusts his body and then places it between the keeper's legs and gives us a great start. 1-0.
Doing what a striker does.
Landon's happy.
Put the biscuit in the basket.
That on backwards, Landon. And then you're not in this show. You're a post-game show, Landon.
Well, we thought we were going to go 2-0 up here. Oh, just an incredible header. Balogun just so close, hits the crossbar. Could have been a different story going in a half to 2-0.
Balogun now with 3 career World Cup goals. The U.S. up 1-0 at the break possession, 62% for the U.S. They have a 5-1 shot advantage. 4 of those shots from Balogun. What are the challenges when you're going up against a team that's playing that low block?
I mean, it's incredibly hard. It's frustrating as a player, especially as a striker up top. You've got to stay patient, which I think that they have. They've grown into it. And there's always those opportunities where the opponent makes a mistake. And that's what they did. They capitalized. I think Christian Pulisic, grew into that half, got on the ball more. But I really like what I've seen. I think that they've matured, they've come a long way, and they got to keep the foot on the gas.
And I've been really impressed with the way that they bossed the game. We talked about imposing your style on the opposition, and that's what they did today. They just were clicking on all cylinders, in my opinion. Even though it took a while to get the goal, they were moving the ball quickly. They were creating opportunities. And even our goal came from a play in transition. It was a ball kick. We won it and then played forward quickly. Same on the ball again. I mean, I'm so excited with the way that they're playing, and I hope they can continue into the second half.
This was mature. This was patient. This was, like I said, mature in that this referee has put the yellow card evidently where the sun don't shine, so you're not going to be able to count on that. But this Bosnia team is going to kick you up and down the field. Don't bite. Don't bite. A win is a win. It's as good. 1-0 is as good as 4-0. Incredibly professional. First 45. Let's see how the second 45 plays out. The U.S. has scored in the first 7 in each of their 3 stage games. It's the 45th for them to get that.
Why not us, baby? Why not us?
Francisco. If the advances, they would head to see
Belgium.
the 16th date. Belgium coming up.
we will show you the remarkable way that the Red Devils stuck past Senegal today in Seattle. Plus, highlights of England's come from behind win over DR Congo. Harry Kane, the star of the show with the Three Lions, took another step towards perhaps Alexi Lawless bringing it home this summer. Today,
Well, hello to the two people that are still in my chat. I'm pretty sure there's other people live. What do y'all think? You think there's people live right now? Thank you again, Ruffy, for the $5 super chat, bro. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Ooh, I gotta turn this heat air conditioner on. Hi, buddy. Hi, Bubby Pal. Love you. Hi, buddy. You want to hold it? Shout out to the three people. Appreciate you guys.
earlier today, England came from behind to beat DR Congo 2-1. Harry Kane with two late second half goals. He's now at 13 in his World Cup career. Today, he surpassed Pele on the all-time list. Belgium rallied from 2 goals down in the 86th minute to stun Senegal after forcing extra time. The Red Devils got a 3-2 victory, courtesy of Yuri Tielemans from the spot. 3 more round of 32 matches tomorrow. Lamine Yamal and Spain against Austria from LA. Then Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal battle Croatia before Switzerland meets Algeria. Moment and a half, sponsored by Bank of America. Florian Balogun on target here in the 45th minute, and the U.S. halfway towards their second ever knockout stage win at a World Cup. Second 45 on the backside. Plays it into the box. Takes a shot. He shoots. Off the crossbar. No chance.
In the middle of every
Yeah, there's people live. It's Wednesday. Of course, there's people live. Oh,
Presented by the Home Depot.
In the 29th minute, Flo Balogun thought he might have earned a penalty kick. 2 minutes later, he had a goal called back due to offside. In the 45th minute, he finally got his just reward and his third goal on the score. The reaction of San Diego. Same reaction we had here in the Bay Area. 1-0 U.S. after 45 minutes. Mauricio Pochettino and the U.S. back on the field. Lex, what's imperative this opening 10, 15 minutes of this second half? Well, the energy that they had in that first half, you'd love to see them if they could figure out a way in this first 50 minutes to put it away. But again, don't be greedy. Hey, all gas, no brakes. Job's not done. Let's get another one. Let's put this game to bed. This game show, we'll see you when it's all said and done for the second half call. Once again, back upstairs, John Strong and Stu Holden. The U.S. has been the highest scoring team at this World Cup in the first half of games. It's about that what they do in the second half, as you guys are just talking about. This is not a Bosnia and Herzegovina team you want to let hang around. In each of their qualifying last chance playoffs in March,
and second half on the way.
they were trailing by a single goal with 15 minutes to go. In each of those games, they got a tied goal in regulation. They won the ensuing penalty shootout. What does the U.S. have to do well here to not allow that scenario to play out again? I'm with Clint on this one. All gas, no brakes. That was the strength of this team. Do not let off. Do not even let Bosnia and Herzegovina think that they have a chance here. You go for the kill in the second half, early in the second half. Keep the pressure on and get back to that tempo that just puts them under pressure. They were all out of sorts. I'll see if Bosnia and Herzegovina make any tweaks to their system because they were not very good in the first half with the ball. So, side of the break. Good to see Tyler Adams back out there after taking that knock to the head just after the Balogun goal. Negative to the knock as well late in the half. He's back out there. Tillman once he just knocks it forward. Comes infield, spot on the side of the head of the defender. Tillman battle off by Gigovic. He's trying to play it behind. Green interception, gets rid of it quick.
Pulisic just had no space and time there on the ball. Malik Tillman limping at the end of it as he got caught on foot, but that was great pressure to win it back. And Pulisic turns right into Katic, who commits the foul. And he wants to play quick, and he does. Balogun now on the run. Pocket pick from behind by Katic. And then Balogun fouls in, will play advantage the other way. So welcome Soccer Robots to begin the second half. How about that stuff from Alex Freeman on the ball in the middle? Kenny from Tillman still limping a little bit after the last kick that he took. That ball's going to stay in play. So Anthony Robinson could have taken out any number of people. Gets it clear. And it's still job not done. Robinson steps forward. We've got a second ball in the field. This is chaos to begin the second half.
Come on, Pulisic. Let's go.
Cross in, is in there. Balogun ends up in the line for U.S. court. And for the start to the half,
Shout out to the two people in the chat.
the
Appreciate
United
that.
States, because I think they're going to continue to open up this back line with the money. Getting Pulisic involved early in the half, very positive. As we look at 2v1, he just floats the ball in the box. Ivanovic picking up where he left off with Flo Balogun. He knows he's the threat. 4 of the 5 shots in the first half of the United States coming from Flo Balogun. The other one, Pulisic. Keep putting pressure on that center back.
Yeah, Robinson to take the ball.
Corner kick.
Richards and straight up in the air. Also comes to get it to punch it. Collides with his own defender. Freeman knocks it sideways. Robinson back in. Henry beat 2 by the goalkeeper. Getting tapped down the field. What's the word from the U.S. coaching staff?
Always nice to catch up with Jesus Perez, the U.S. first assistant. Really, his reaction was little by little, we got into the game. We dominated possession, the regain as well. And great to get that goal from Ballo, but we cannot stop. I asked him more specifically about the physicality. He said they are aggressive. We expected that. We will be ready to match it in the second, and we're not stopping anytime soon.
Back by Shunic. We play on as the U.S. is in position. The tax is given away.
Yeah, you heard the play Dempsey used at halftime, which was a professional performance. As that one's going to be played out. So Checo's got a little bit of a knock in the middle. 40-year-old starting all 3 games for Bosnia and Herzegovina. In the group stage, he's lost a lot of minutes, really important player for them.
I mean, he is their singular legend. Leads
Absolutely.
the national team's history in games played. Goal scorer, has played for some high-profile clubs. Referee could very easily have come back and shown a yellow there to Shunic.
And the professionalism for the U.S., what that speaks to in the first half was how organized they were with and without the ball, getting involved in the right momentum, aggression, not stepping over the line, putting pressure on opponents. But that's going to be key in the second half, because you're going to have a Bosnia Herzegovina team that is down a goal. They're going to bring out a guy who's scored for them in the group stage as well. This team is, as we've said, they're not going to go away. And they will try to find any more moment to either get a red card, second yellow, and that was when Dzeko just pulled up leg on that play there.
And this is unfortunate. This is a legend. Such an important player for his country. Such a great professional throughout his career. This is how and why he is forced off. And will in fact be multiple substitutions coming. Mamic was immediately up, but Esmer Bakartarovic is preparing to enter as well. And some interesting 5 minutes in the second half to say we're making changes now.
They might be taking off one defender, putting on an extra midfielder, bringing up 2 attacking players here. So
Gigovic is the other guy's number player.
Gigovic was the player that we're actually surprised to see him started. Was a more defensive-oriented player in that position. They're going to make him third sub as well, it looks like, Tahirovic.
So Shunic is off, who has been kind of a rotation guy in the midfield.
But you're right. Why they didn't do this at halftime is a little perplexing.
So 3 changes into Gigovic, Shunic are off. On comes Mamic, who scored each of the last 2 games. Tahirovic, a regular starter, and Esmer Bakartarovic. Raised in Appleton, Wisconsin. Club teammate of Serginho Dest, and previously Malik Tillman at PSV Eindhoven. He began his career with the New England Revolution as a teammate.
Yeah, you got no food over there.
Played For the U.S. Youth National Team at one point with Alex Freeman, played one game for the U.S. Senior Team, and now he's trying to be an agent of destruction for the United States on the field of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It does is it also slams to a halt the frenetic beginning to the second half. You can regain momentum. It's our time to the for the first time. Comes there to sweep the back to that freeze. 2 saves in the first half. It's not that bad. So it's going to be knocked out by Milojevic instead. It's brought the Suns, as you would expect, it's brought a little bit of renewed life enthusiasm to this Bosnia Herzegovina team. The players they brought on are better players. So it tells you they want to have a little bit more creativity. They want to have a little bit more of the ball. They want to start to put pressure on the U.S. What that could do in turn is get them up a little bit more defensively. If the U.S. can keep that aggression, but now you have to be more aware of the counterattack moment. So making sure you always have a +1 in the back of your Riemann Richards. You see +1 in the back. We're being against the attacking players from Bosnia Herzegovina. And they haven't it kept nice play. Tell a good trades on Falcon. It's a tough one for him to catch up to. But they kept Freeman home. So they basically kept 3 back. And then
There's a lot of people live right now.
sure, man, that's 3 that can read the play in different situations.
It's okay though.
So yeah, the QR code on the screen, vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match here in Santa Clara. The shadow continues to reach across from one side of the field to the other. Fantastically comfortable evening in the South Bay area. Winner of this game to face Belgium Monday night in Seattle, the round of 16. 2 goals down to force extra time late against Senegal, and then won it on the end of extra time. Great. The African champions. Is it going to be a rematch for the U.S.? Not just the game 12 years ago today when the U.S. played Belgium. Tim Howard's heroics on and up. And a Belgium extra time win, but for that matter, Belgium cruising past the U.S. Get a friendly in March. Great opportunity for revenge. But the U.S. has to get there first. See this game out.
The tactical switch. Look at the man-to-man pressure that Bosnia Herzegovina are playing with. It's actually went out for the 3. So they're actually taking risks, which they have to. They're down a goal. I do think it's good.
Shout out to the 3 people in the chat. Appreciate you.
States if they can stay dynamic and consistent with their movement.
I don't know, bro.
The dribble. When you play against a man-to-man defensive
That's just how I am.
if you're ballistic, if you're dust, if you're timid, and you beat them,
Being at me, how the hell did my beard go back so fast?
to get their pressure.
Close again. It's going to hang up in the wind awkwardly, Robinson. And he just gets it away from Artarovich. Dedic holds it in. Pulisic trying to cover defensively. As near Artarovich, first chance to be a danger in the attack. For Kotic instead. Kotic driving. That one was that a miss hit, or was he trying to catch clean cheating?
I think it was a miss hit because that would have been slightly audacious from this distance. As he let's see how he's shaping up.
The cat moving.
He just cuts across it.
He's over there.
That type of shape actually.
He's over there.
Shape.
Hunter boy.
You see what the line of Sun is that he's going to be dealing with. Pulisic trying to spin and run off it. It will all the way out. Reminder tomorrow on Fox. More action in the round of 32. One of the favorites here in the World Cup, Spain, taking on Austria in Los Angeles. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Fox. So tomorrow, Portugal and Croatia. Will we have a Spain-Portugal match? Would it be Spain-Croatia? Are the Austrians annoyed that they're not getting included in that? In the round of 16. Some wonderful matchups. Some big stars continuing to shine here with this ball. We got Harry Kane earlier today. Flo Mulligan as well. U.S. will get a try on that.
Double kitty.
Was defending, knocks it down. He's going to clear it away. It's also going to get it. There's a little body in, and he's able to win the header. Second ball across wide to Dish. Got great play by and he's getting it down. Yeah, but that run is excellent. When you move the ball quickly like that, it's difficult to defend man to man. And when McKenny makes that 40-yard run, he's almost saying to the defender, "You're coming with me or not? Because if you don't, I'm in." And he was, with that little Removich was able to come over and to cover. The forward the tempo of the game has been slightly disjointed to start the second half. You have subs, you have fouls. It's slowed the pace down a little bit. Shoulder hits that one for Danish. Mauricio Pochettino talked to us about it in practice yesterday with details. Win tackles, win duels for loose balls, win the little individual moments in battles. Two of these games are decided. If he's fouling and Talbot able to win that ball, and now Pulisic that ran away from allowing Kotic to come in and tackle it away. David carrying forward, Tyler Adams with him stride for stride, he hands it off. The defensive work by Alex Freeman there. I'm interested to see how long Pulisic is going to go. He's only played 77 minutes in the tournament so far and came off the contract on his first game done. A couple of minutes against Turkey. This is a game that's going to continue to require intensity. And it's just looked like maybe the heavy lights.
Shout out to the three people in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Thinking about the second earlier in the second half. And as Pochettino said to us, now's not the moment to manage his minutes and be careful. Now is the time to push and take risks. But how much of a risk and in what way? How much of a heavy leg Christian Pulisic is still a better option than a pressure guy on the bench because of what he brings in. She has really trying to say defending up to Meredith there. Just enough to prevent it from getting on the ground. Ballard from McKenny. Pulisic through the score. To the forward side for Dest instead. Dest on the run. Pulisic kind of angle for a pass. Dest gets by one. Rolls it in. Intercepted. Around the share. That's correct. Boy, and stuff in that sequence.
Coming up on 60 minutes.
Big green. Trying to switch. Valiant might have got a piece of that to deflect it. Robinson, the chance Pulisic down, takes the late ball. Robinson to find Adams. Valiant knocked away. Robinson, key interception. Idea. The Herzegovina wanted a handball. The referee says no. Freedom wants Dest to run instead of I think that's smart by Dest, not just to make the run, to make the run. Because there's actually nobody else scoring offensively. So good moment there. 21-year-old Alex Freeman just recognizing that place. They want this thing. Let's give some possession. It's going to load it in a spot for Von there to go in. And again, and Mohajevic, both are down. Mohajevic seems to be in the worst shape, although Pelican is still shaking up. For the first time today, those two have had a real big time battle all game. Yeah, Pelican breaks down the back of his leg. And it's not intentional. It's just the two of them were tangled up, and he's trying to get him onto the ground. I actually think he's kind of lucky not to get a yellow card there. Is that something though the video assistant referee might look at? I don't think that's enough. Rises to the level that should be red. You'll see this was the previous play. Anthony Robinson, it popped up and it's the inside of his arm. That's not a handball though. It didn't change the direction of the ball. And meanwhile, is getting his right leg. You can see it now, stretched out.
referees are not enforcing nearly as tightly as in the first half. Players coming over and getting kind of a tactical timeout and getting some hydration here. Bad stuff. That is contact in the back of the
You can
leg.
see it was actually it was almost the contact. Yeah, Ivanovich's right leg hits Balogun to the Balogun's off balance, and then he breaks down the back. He's like, I would say that should have been a yellow card for Balogun, but I don't see that rising to the level that should be a red. They were checking it.
Yeah. So that, in the opinion of Juan Soto of Venezuela, is a potential red card, and he's calling the referee over.
We'll get Market on this because I think this is one when you look at it in slow motion, it's worse than what the play actually was, where the two bodies were crashing together.
But Mark Clattenburg,
You're gonna get a red fucking flag and get kicked out.
looking at it in slow motion, what is he going to see?
Yeah, this is not consistent what I've seen for the rest of the tournament. When this type of challenge comes, it's more of a step in action. And when it's step in action, it lacks force and intensity. But the problem you've then got is as Balogun puts his foot down, it catches the foot of the Bosnia and Herzegovina player. And that's what then creates that movement down. And it means his ankle twist. And therefore, does he endanger the safety of his opponent? You could argue it does, but I think it's slightly unfair because it's more of a step in action and it lacks force and intensity to create that red card. See, Mark, when you see the still image like this, it's easy to say that's a red card. And I could see why this will potentially be given. But this is why I've seen them in real time like this. I want to see it in full speed. That's the action of the game. And this, to me, was two players jostling for the ball. Balogun's trying to get position and trying to turn on him. It felt more incidental contact, but I can see that, you're talking about endangering the safety of an opponent. We'll see what the final decision is.
It's a potential game-changing moment.
Another 20 United States committed zero foul.
Zero foul.
Final decision is red card.
Oh no! He got kicked out.
I mean, he's bewildered.
Damn, number 20.
Is it the right call? Is it the
think it's the right call. I don't think, and then this is me trying being unbiased here. I just,
God dang it, man.
being the level that we're going for back up. Because look, he doesn't even see Ivanovic coming. He's coming on the outside of him, and he jumps in front. I think that is a yellow card. Absolutely. I don't see that as a red.
Mark, is that the right use of VAR? Is that the correct outcome for the play on the field?
I don't believe it's a good use of VAR. I think when you watch it in real time, you don't see that, the ankle twist. And it's just an accident. As Balogun puts his foot down, he catches underneath his opponent's foot. This is just an accident that happens. You can see he's upset by it. This doesn't meet for me the criteria of a red card, and it's certainly going to change the course of the game. Yeah, it does. It changes the game. And the other reason I would say that, Mark, it wasn't even given as a yellow card initially by the referee. And so he saw it. He had a good look at it, but it is what it is. Now the U.S. are down a man. And they're going to go into, we'll see what subs. I think you're now thinking about a sub. You're thinking about Pulisic potentially coming off. You want to keep some speed and some pressure up front. And now it's going to be Bosnia Herzegovina with possession, and you're going to expect a lot of crosses into the box.
And it's changed the game completely, and it's made it a lot harder for the U.S. Now, how can they respond to this moment? Weston McKennie steps in to take that pass away. Dennis got to be careful. Hard running by Demirovic. You've lost your top scorer in the tournament for the last half hour of this game, and you've lost it for the entire next game if you advance to the round of 16. Denic. Chance to look that cross in there. It's not down. It's Americans. Roy praise.
I think you really have to be thinking about a change really quickly here of your Pochettino, because clearly now you're in a different formation set. You want different characteristics of players on the field, especially on this left wing position, left midfield, where Denic is an attacking player for Bosnia Herzegovina. So you're sacrificing a little bit of the attacking play. You're still going to have some roll-up. Really, you want guys out there that are fresh, closing down crosses, keeping the level high, the pressure standpoint.
You're going to have a hydration break in about 2 minutes. And that's the adjustment period. That's going to be the biggest 3 minutes of Mauricio Pochettino's time coaching this U.S. team. For he and his staff to blossom solutions as the U.S. is down to 10 men for the rest of this game. And all of a sudden, Bosnia and Herzegovina feeling momentum, seeing the opportunity to get back into this one. Artarovic reverses it backwards. She returns. Artarovic
Well, they're going to score from here in the last game. Put pressure by Dest. Don't give him an angle to shoot. Well, Sheenup's chance to cross. Freeman out there immediately to force him back. Score suffer. Yeah, the U.S. is going to have to suffer the rest of this game to win it and get to Seattle. The Bosnian fans below us and up to our right are making the most noise right now. Well, she just moves in the air. Freeman, Richards, second ball. Our target brings it down. McKinney got to be careful. It's in towards Breeze. Comfortable catch. Officially, his third save of the game according to FIFA. We're going to give him 4. We're going to get that along the corner as a save because that was goal down the third down. That's where that clock starts ticking when the ball's in his hands, and so he's just going to get rid of the ball. Listen, picks it up.
Come on, let's go. Let's go, United States. Set it up, guys.
Runs it to close sheet on, so it's gonna pick the ball back up, still Alex Freeman. Edged it up by Poloshinos. Going on to March, the Italians were up. The Italians had chances to make it 2, and then in.
Give him a yellow card. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. He should have gotten the fucking yellow card right there. Well, no, they went to hydration break.
Brother, you're not talking.
Yeah, there's only 2 people in there still. I know who they are.
The emotions of Flo Balogun today. The go-ahead goal for the U.S. Late in the first half, the red card here just a few minutes ago. Jenny Taft is right next to the U.S. bench right now. Jenny, what have you been seeing during the break?
Well, just such an intensity, John, as expected. With that break, the players were huddled so close together, arm in arm. And I know you guys were watching when Vallow left the pitch. I told you I'm sitting right by his family. They were shocked and disappointed. His players were consoling him. He didn't show a lot of emotion, but specifically Sebastian Berhalter, I noticed a complete change in his energy and his warm-ups. I imagine he could be one of the guys called upon if subs are needed soon, but just an overall intensity from the U.S. after watching Vallow with the Reds.
And it's interesting from a physical standpoint as well. Christian Pulisic was really stretching a lot, as was Anthony Robinson during that break. No subs for the U.S. yet. They've got 20 minutes plus at least 3 minutes of stoppage time to navigate this and reach Seattle Monday night, the round of 16 against Belgium. What do you want to see here? I want to see the maturity of this group and just a commitment to seeing this game out. It's not going to be easy. They're going to be under pressure.
Tough one there. Insurance under pressure gets rid of it.
Real intensity to the way in which Bosnia and Herzegovina are fighting for their lives in this tournament. So much of the conversation we've had around this team from 4 years ago was how much more mature this team is. You take extra time on free kicks. You take extra time on moments. You go down and win. But more importantly, you have to suffer here. Everybody is sacrificing for the team.
Something Tyler Adams talked to us about at the beginning of the tournament, the experience of this team, playing the game within the game, pushing the boundaries of the rules.
Shout out to the 3 people. Appreciate it.
Do what it takes, win any means necessary, survive and advance.
Very technique for the United States and ball goes back. They're pushing their line up, so they do not want to just sit on top of their goal. Because that gives an opportunity for Bosnia and Herzegovina to release another player into the attack. They're going to want to cross the ball in for the stretch.
Tarvich. I mentioned the ball right to Robinson. It stops on a dime. He's trying to make Robinson. It'll be a corner for Bosnia and Herzegovina through the game.
Yeah, dealing with one side for the side because there's
90 minutes, probably about 95 minutes.
it's setting. It's an issue is the big players attacking the ball up. Take a last touch on Tarvich. No.
It's the Wisconsin native who will take the ensuing block. Take it short. Alabevich. Artarovich. And for Dedic. Dedic closed down. No clear. Pulls it first and lose ball. Good commitment, though, by those U.S. defenders to step to that moment. Benjamin Zahirovic for Henry to come on. Much rather. Chili's is going to get to that.
Xavier, I mean, you've had a chance. We made a great run. But I did see a conversation, and Pochettino was seemed too happy with that. With our goalkeeping coach, and it looked like he was saying, look, be smart in some of your distribution. There was a chance they would play Pulisic and Dest.
Straight up. And he would do wonders is grabbing a second goal. Yes. Hard enough to do with the 11 men today. Harder still with 10. Pulisic's going to work it around. Takes a bump as he drives it inside. Get the forward 2 in the beginning. See Herzegovina delivering 2 more substitutions. They're going to empty their bench now. We're not going to mess around. Toward the winning coach should be part of the World Soccer the president of the U.S. Championship, U.S. Soccer legend Kelly O'Hare. So Nikola Kotic, defender, is off. Sheets, another defender, is off as well. First Tabakovic, he scored the tying goal against Italy in the World Cup qualifying playoff with Ozzy Herzegovina and Portugal just there. They were down goal. Then the Italians were brought down to make the red card. They got a late goal of time. Lemon took one in the ensuing penalty shootout. Get to make a substitution today. They go 5 available. Tarvich. Defending him, they were teammates up until a year ago at PSV Eindhoven of the Netherlands.
Like any cross, anything into the box, the crowd is responding as well. And they recognize that the team is going to have to suffer.
And literally for a look to see whether that came off and on, it did not. They play off. They're trying to get the left. It really looked.
It's just trying to shuffle side to side to put some pressure on the deep line midfielder. But you've still got your two backs and four defensively. An awkward there. Tillman, seat of his pants. Reed opens it up for Pulisic. Marinovic comes to meet him. Pulisic cutting inside. Can he drop down? He's not as anything at the moment. Really well done by Pulisic. First of all, to be available to find that little pressure. And then second, just to beat the first challenge, draws the challenge, and then feels a little bit of pressure goes down, and he's taking an extra beat on the ground. He takes a kick from behind.
He's still down, Pulisic.
Right there, knee-to-knee contact. Not maybe on the way through. Either he's hurt an injury. Anytime US fan sees Pulisic go down, it's not a good sign. But I do think this is also part of the game. Just taking an extra little minute.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Another U.S. player down. Pulisic down this time. He just came back from being fucking hurt.
Briefly frustrated that Pulisic didn't have to go off to the side, and the U.S. was still taking their time on the ensuing free kick, which is exactly the same thing Bosnia and Herzegovina would be doing if they had the lead. Tillman, it's going to run over, but there's a middle, and going down,
Oh, he scored! Yes! No, come on, again! Again! God damn! You guys got something with the United States or what?
Screen right now. He's the man to watch. Kenny makes a great run. Finds Tillman. Is it right here? He is offside on that shot.
the defender. Was that in fact a touch from Dedic?
Yeah, that was hard to say whether it was Tillman or was it Dedic. And they said yes, he is offside. Second down. The US hit the ball
Right now.
That's an example of what they can do given the opportunity. Robinson is there. No foul. Bosnia bench is furious. U.S. throwing. Tavares Terovic, who is down. Sergei Barbares is losing his mind right now.
Yeah, U.S. really important just to stay calm and composed. This is actually what they want. They want to frustrate Bosnia and Herzegovina. That starts actually with the free kick where Tim Ream's taking his time. That starts to really infuriate the coach of the Bosnian bench. Then you get the tackle from Anthony Robinson, which he felt was the other way. And now you can see just his intensity. That's expected, but that went over the line. They're not reading it to yellow card. But this is by design. Well, they'll throw that from Robinson. I might go out for a corner.
When Marinovic sliced it backwards, heads it back infield. Robinson picks it up. Immediate pressure in for Desney. Turn it. Even getting that back. And the referee's going to give a free kick just outside the box to the U.S. And he's going to show you what was.
About fucking time you're calling fucking penalties on them. About time.
I mean, here's your chance for the second goal. Serginho Dest. How about the U.S. playing positively, playing aggressively, down the man? They've suffered for different periods. That when they've taken a chance, they pick their opportunities to go forward. And now here is, as you said, a real opportunity, top of the box, to give themselves just an added cushion. Not going to get many more chances like this in this game.
Last time the U.S. played on this field was 9 years ago. Josie Altidore scored a free kick goal from right about that spot of the field, and the goal
This is the thing, Landon Donovan, we're talking about right before the game. Free kicks from this area. Oftentimes you see guys just trying to float it over the wall. I can't tell you how hard it is to get it up and down and past the goalkeeper. Hit the target here. Go goalkeeper side. Go low, whatever it is. Make the goalkeeper work.
upset that wall was at the full 10 yards away.
But in saying that, well, we tell him he's got class. And so if there's anyone on the field that can do that, float it in that top corner, it's that bad.
And I'm just going to lose the argument. Tillman and Robinson stayed up for it. Tillman ran into Adams.
9 minutes per stoppage time to go. This run-up is telling me more power. Muscles giving up the entire right side of his goal.
Do nothing.
States make the keeper work. And boy, does he. Intense focus, lines up for power, and just bangs it right past Husser. Watch the movement on this ball. He hits it right through the middle, so it's dipping with pace. He can only get a hand to it, and it's not enough. Look at that. Malik Tillman. Pure brilliance when his country needed him most. Down a man, but up 2 goals. 2-0, United States.
We needed that.
Tillman's dad was a member of the U.S. military. It's not really a part of his life. It's his mom, Anya, that raised he and his brother, Timmy. Both became professional players. Both of them played for the United States. Malik Tillman had some big moments last summer at the CONCACAF World Cup. That's the biggest moment of the USA shirt. 7 minutes and stoppage time to go. And the U.S. see this out. It's lifted in, freeze, waiting, comes and take it. It's going to roll out quick.
Listen,
The U.S. is working around. It's it from a
watch
kid.
it.
Staples and blocked it, but it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Right ball. Yeah, that's right. As I said, from that distance to get up and over the base, that's a perfect strike. Absolutely perfect. Just right. They got to keep fine. They got to keep pretending like it didn't go in. Keep pathetic for the fives here. Intercepted by Dest. Freeman a bit late to the second ball. Is that offside in the sequence? Assistant referee says no. One down Dest. Looks it for McKinney, and the Ewins gets it blind. Minute ticks off the clock. This place is going ballistic. In this country, watching a team leading out there together and dig deep and fight. I think these players have been that over the last couple of years about lacking intensity, lacking passion, lacking fight. They're showing you right now what this group is made of. Melissa looks about out of gas. U.S. is preparing subs right now. Jimmy Tab, give us some more down there, Malik Tillman.
So I found this really interesting, John. It was right before the hydration break. Malik Tillman was having some kind of discomfort with his right knee. So I watched as an equipment manager, Kyle Robertson, sprinted so fast into the locker room, came back with 2 new cleats. Malik ended up just changing out the one side. So trust me, I saw Kyle and Malik celebrate that goal. Gotta give a little love to the equipment managers tonight.
A new magic cleat, one way or the other. Is that cross going to be met? It's in green with Ricardo Pepe and Sebastian Verhol to prepare to enter. U.S. has got to keep working. They got to keep running. They got to keep defending all these key moments. Bosnia and Herzegovina, if they get one, it'll be a chaotic finish. High comes from Mimic. Looks in the cross. Alex Freeman shifts to him. To make threes, he hits and mounts for a moment. I see you, Alex Freeman, 21 years old. Changing it back to your keeper as 3 takes a little notch. Just took a little kick there on the way through by Demirovic. You can get a clean look at it from up here.
Takes a little bit of contact, but more push than a kick, I guess. I think we've mentioned that. Later or even, yes, Santorum. We haven't seen teams do.
Shout out to the 4 people in chat. Appreciate it all.
Sorry. I think that all the time. All the time. That entire.
Is that Lisa? What's up, Lisa Sarah? How are you doing, Lisa?
10 rounds taking the time, frustrating. So get it back up, you stay up and press. Serginho does wins a free kick. Tillman bangs it in the top corner. That's maturity.
Greg also looking on as his son Sebastian, who became the first American man with a goal and an assist in a World Cup game, takes the field, replacing Serginho Dest. Christian Pulisic with the invasion as he comes off as well.
Sitting there. Their feet. The moment that they the red card and then they just get the second goal. Job is still not done though. Very much the same.
Tyler Adams says he plays it off with minutes and gets a throw for the U.S. Two minutes plus stoppage time to go. Maybe we imagine it's a big day in store potentially on Monday with Florida said to be suspended for the next round. Something happened right now. Like header backwards there by managed to keep it away from Pepe. Now Benjamin Zahirovic carrying forward. See how much time is to come. I think quite a bit. Yeah, it's scripture by Zahirovic. And since the red, you see all of the momentum the Bosnia and Herzegovina had, but that one big moment from Malik Tillman. Just his fourth career goal for the United States. One of the biggest potentially in American men's soccer history. That's Mirba Tarovic. Will hook this cross in. Sin rain. Zahirovic brings it down. Medium pressure, forced wide. And it's out there. Streaming down defending. Another cross comes in. Free kicks again. Doesn't get there. Tied the Richard blocks it. Long time free. Gets it out in time. Pepe battling. Gets there but commits a foul. That makes it to him here. He commits to this one early. And misses it completely. It's Chris Richards at the near post. Makes himself big. Stops the follow-up shot. The actress Rich was there. 90th minute, free kick coming from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And you still feel that Freeze is going to have to come up with another big save at some point. I mean, Lovic stands over it. Still waiting to see how much stoppage time. Lovic, with dangerous area, Richards wins the header. Negative brings it down on the far side. Sebastian Berhalter worked there to defend. Back to Dedic, it's sent in. Anthony Robinson is there to send it out. 10 minutes. Double digit stoppage time to come. The VAR review for the red card. The injuries as well. The U.S. has to dictate. Here, 10 minutes. And Seattle, reward has a chance to make history in the next round if they can get there. To the far side for Deddy.
Shout out to the 7 people in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Back down there working out streaming.
Thank you, Lucy. Shout out to the 7 people in the chat. 10 minutes of stoppage time.
For a little bit as well. Bosnia and Herzegovina stop only for the goal as possible. Dedic and Freda. Here Richard drops to the Reddish. Defending. Morellich hooks it in. Chris Richards hits it.
What they're doing well right now is the U.S. is stopping crosses from dangerous areas, meaning crosses that can really get behind the back line. They're letting the time and space there. Said you want to cross it from here, it's not a good angle. You're far away from the goal. They're doing a good job getting wide and getting some pressure on these goals. And one here, Holter is kind of backing it. It's two was Hodge. It ends up on out to put him on the air. And I was about to say on that one, it looked like Holter's a little slow to allow him to come onto his stronger right foot. That wasn't far away to get a shot there. So even the rotation a little bit from Freeman getting over to help. This was the one from Freeze. He comes and misses it. This judges it. Look at that. Chris Richards. Freeze might have gotten back to deal with that one, but Richards there at the near post makes himself a really important block. 2 minutes.
Hey, Karina, what's up?
Second half mixed up. I think that's a market at 6'5". Malone had to good keep it for a teammate. Pepe has McKinney. McKinney's
Come on, McKinney. Let's go.
chasing. Freeman wants to spot the top. McKinney. He's going to get there. He's got some heavy legs. What is it, McKinney? Never stops. United States. Four games. Just on an engine. One player.
7 more minutes, baby. Let's go.
Career accepted the World Cup in the United States. We played 3 minutes at the 10. 7. 64th minute red card. Who's the 10th man said Shree? All is at way. 82nd minute goal for Malik Tillman with the free kick to make it 2. 4 substitutes waiting in the wings for the United States. It's clipped up. Robinson wins the header. Adams steers it for Tillman. You have just got to be careful.
Let's go.
McKinney, Adams, Pepe, Adams. These relays. Free kick, United States. Great job on the game. Good game for Malik Tillman. Came in on a great spring. It was a place in Germany. It might have moved to over there. It's a good season in the home. There's a question.
Hey, guys, hit that like button for me if you can, if you haven't already.
So slow. Gioreno is going to come in and warn left to McKinney. I don't know if that tank ever is on the empty, but he gets a standing ovation as well. But that's where the thing of the car is kind of blinking the light at you. I want to hit a gas station. That's what the U.S. does there to get some fresh legs and Gioreno on the field. Ronaldo flips it up. Maybe might be some. Maybe goes to that big picture. Bouncing ball over image. Really partially clear. Down it's out next frame. Can't get it on target. That box stayed down. I was with you. I thought maybe it was offside.
Shout out to the people in the chat. Appreciate y'all.
Changes his.
4.5 more minutes.
They get to the end here. They'll play 36 minutes down the man. Peculiar type of effort. This is for a team as well. Just have to go and shut up. Conversation about that. Then it's is he to get there? Richard back to the last moment. It's Borkman who makes the play. Freeman stepping on a loose ball. Tyler Adams. Sir, for right up. Flips it along. Tillman, or what's that? Something's been right. So comes on the lane out, and he's just going to place it down for a throw. And the late Tillman's going to take a little bit on top of the advertising boards. No rush at all
for the U.S. throw and inside of 4 minutes to play. Anytime shift check, Pochettino details, little moments.
Oh, that tattoo. Oh my God.
Say, talk about the thing is necessarily fun, but this team that made it fun. The way in which they've gone about it.
Raymond could keep that in play. Got to keep going. Yep. Not there yet. They're getting close. Let's do it. Number 1. Tim was there for the last time, Rich. Today, Robinson first his speed to get there. Happy under pressure. Couldn't keep it. Illich finds to win it, keep it in.
2.5 more minutes. They're in stoppage time.
He's a bit banged.
His shoulder. It didn't take any deflection, but you can see how that ball is skipping and moving away from him. Freeze. That's what makes it difficult because now he skipped off that turn. He should have spin on the ball, is taking it away from him. If that's good, yes, boy, I'm just happy to see that go past the post.
2 minutes to go.
2 more minutes, y'all. Shout out to the 6 people in the chat. Appreciate it.
He scares it.
Hi, Yolande.
It's in the middle of the field. He was backing off. And a little moment of uncertainty. Then it's running forward. Reed going to step in. The bench. Just wide. Just wide. It's still wide. And it's another 30 seconds off the clock. And Tim Reeves, it's got to be a little smart there. He's changing some words at the end of it with Movic. And Movic has been playing with confidence in this tournament. 21 years old. Has 2 goals to go today.
What's up, Yoda? What's going on, Yoda? One more minute, baby.
Which hooks it over the top. Reed knocked off balance, sets a foul. There were a lot of teams that would have been undone by the red card, as the Italians were in March. As I think a lot of us feared what happened here. This U.S. team dug deep in a really special way.
And they can't root for this team after this performance. And I don't know what they were to do right there. But this game had everything. In a game that they were the favorites, the pressure was on this team. This group of men delivered tonight. Just an all-time performance.
It's an offside flag that will give Bosnia Herzegovina a free kick instead of what looked like a U.S. throw. There's the final whistle. Monday, November 16th, the United States is fighting to for half an hour. Beat Bosnia Herzegovina and has moved on to the next round of the World Cup.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing, United States.
An all-American performance. It makes me proud to be American. Grit, fight, intensity. Most importantly, this team showed heart. This game had everything. It wasn't easy. It was never going to be easy. Truly deserving of a place in the next round. The sky's the limit for this group. Seattle, prepare accordingly. The United States are on their way. Start the clock. It's going to be a fun few days building up to that one through the July 4th holiday weekend through America 250. The men of the United States play on at the FIFA World Cup. Rebecca Lowe, back to you in the studio in Los Angeles. As it finishes here in Santa Clara, the United States 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina 2.
We could hear John Steel Country Roads just beginning out there.
What? He's sleeping. No, PlayStation 5. I know.
Performance of real grit and determination. You can see from those pictures, Maurizio Pochettino, he is very much in this, that emotion on his face during that game. United States second ever knockout stage win and their first in 24 years. The adventure continues. It'll be Belgium without Maladin, but what an adventure it is.
That's Frank Sinatra, isn't it? Who is it? That was not Elvis Presley. That sounded more like Frank Sinatra.
There you go. United States against
Well, no,
Belgium.
it wasn't.
Seattle.
Yeah, it was
Monday. That is their next day.
What am I thinking?
16 for the United States and Maurizio Pochettino as we welcome you.
I don't play it on my PlayStation 5. Why don't you fucking listen to what I said? I don't play it on my PlayStation 5.
The new anthem of this team. Describe that performance.
I think you said it straight away. Grit. You wanted style against Paraguay, you had style. You wanted them to be patient against a back five against Australia. They did that. As I said before, Turkey now will be an anomaly. Why? Because they won today. And they won the way that you need to win sometimes to win a tournament or to go far in a tournament. Wasn't like a brilliant game. It was difficult. We can talk about the red card, but they didn't give up. They actually raised their game when they went down to.
Shout out to the five in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
What I have to say, the technique of the free kick.
Is anybody else live right now? Please let me know if somebody else is live right now.
He's brilliant because when you close like that to go, it's very difficult to go over the wall.
I know there's got to be people live. It's Wednesday.
Technique into the fact that they were down to 10 men at that point. His team needed him, William Tillman, more than ever, with 8 minutes to go, and he got it done. Zlatan, your reaction to that?
My reaction is good fighting spirit. I mean, they were the favorites. They were dominating the game. I don't believe Bosnia was a threat, even with one man more. But it's not easy to play with one guy less. They showed good organization, even when they played with one less. And you can see when you believe and you really want something, you do more. And that's what the American team did.
And the coach for the freaking United States is from Argentina, right? Argentina, I think? I think the coach for the United States national team is from Argentina. Argentina or Australia? One of the
I
two.
don't know.
One of the two. But then that was a hell of a game, guys. What a fucking game. Guys, come up. You want to talk about it? If you watched it, let me know. If you were here, if you watched it while you were here, appreciate that. There was some bogus that's called. That score should have been way more than what it was. But you know what? They still won. That's all that matters. They're ended around the 16th. First time in 22 years they've won a knockout round in the World Cup. Want to hit this? See if I'm in the chat something big. At least I got one, bitch.
What?
Call me a pencil dick. I kind of said, at least I got one. Bean.
But you need to have some type of common sense. He never went to hurt nobody. He went to get the ball, and where do you land after? He's gonna have to land somewhere. Unfortunately, if you press pause at the right time, it looks not great. So hopefully it won't be more than a game. But yes, you're gonna miss him, but Pepe is there. Very White can play. I don't know who, but look, you're through, enjoy it, and let the coach think about what's coming next.
That's his job, right, gentlemen? That is Mauricio Pochettino's job. Well, Belgium beat the United States 5-2 in a friendly this past March, but the US have looked like a different team since then. That is for certain. The rematch Monday, Seattle coverage, of course, is live on Fox. Malik Tillman sealing the victory tonight with this delightful free kick in the 82nd minute. 4 months from
Okay, I get it. I get it.
when the United States were down a man, and after Balogun, of course, was sent off. So for our moment, sponsored by
Look at that. Holy shit.
City with the US fans celebrating a spot in the round of 6.
Wow. Look at the big ass screen they watched it on.
This is quite a game.
All right, so that is over with. I can.
Your quarter lemon chocolate. I came ready.
Okay, I see you. You got a whole roll of quarters? A whole roll of quarters. Let's go. Let's go. See what you got. Looks like you've been practicing. That's it. All right, let's see.
I'm about to jump off here, guys. I don't want that one. Oh.